How did the conflict between Israel and Palestine start? Why did they become enemies? In this video, you'll uncover the history behind one of the world's most enduring conflicts. It was the year 1891. An Austrian journalist arrived in Paris. He worked for a newspaper in Vienna, and Paris was his new assignment. His name? Theodor Herzl. Back then, France was the land of the revolution. Herzl expected equality and free thought. Well, he was in for a surprise. Anti-Semitism was everywhere in France. As a Jew, Herzl was familiar with this in his homeland, but he expected better in post-revolution France. Then came the Dreyfus affair, a famous military scandal. A French captain, also a Jew, was falsely accused of selling military secrets to Germany. The conviction was later overturned, but Herzl had seen enough. The rampant anti-Semitism made Herzl realize his life's mission: to find a homeland for Jews, a place free from discrimination. Herzl settled on the ancient homeland of the Jews, Palestine. Thus, he founded the Zionist movement. While Herzl is known as the founder of political Zionism, he died before Israel was created. To understand why Jews left their ancient homeland and came into conflict with the Arabs, let's rewind. Who are the Jews? Today, they're known as followers of Judaism, but in ancient times, they called themselves Israelites. They originated around 1000 BC in West Asia, where modern-day Israel is located. Jews trace their ancestry to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They believe God promised Abraham a homeland in present-day Israel. This is often referred to as the Promised Land. Jews lived there, experiencing a golden age under Kings David and Solomon. However, multiple invasions forced them to leave. The Assyrian Empire, Babylonians, Persians, Romans, and finally the Ottomans. Each invasion pushed Jews out, peaking during Roman times. Jews revolted against Rome, leading to a brutal crackdown. Roman generals sacked Jerusalem, massacred the population, and destroyed the Jewish temple. Survivors fled, dispersing globally. Fast forward to the 19th and 20th centuries, Jews are scattered worldwide. Poland had around 3 million Jews, Russia 2.5 million, Britain 300,000, and Germany 500,000. Amid rising anti-Semitism, Zionism emerged, calling for a separate Jewish country. Theodor Herzl led this call, organizing a World Congress of Zionists in Basel, Switzerland. About 200 Zionists attended, deciding to create a Jewish homeland in Palestine. However, Palestine was already home to tens of thousands of Arabs. Herzl and his colleagues had a plan. Back then, Palestine was controlled by the Ottoman Empire. In 1896, Herzl visited Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, but couldn't meet the Sultan. He proposed paying the Ottoman foreign debt in exchange for colonizing Palestine, but the Sultan rejected the offer. Plan B was individual land purchases from Ottoman landlords in Palestine. This started the first wave of migration, with Jews buying land and farming, but it was clear they were there to rule, not assimilate. Funding came from successful Jews in America and Europe, like the Rothschild family. Despite this, Jewish migration was slow until the British got involved. Before World War I, Britain suggested alternative locations like Uganda and Argentina, but Zionists insisted on Palestine. During the war, Britain needed Jewish support, and in 1917 offered full backing. British Foreign Secretary Arthur James Balfour promised a Jewish homeland in Palestine. After World War I, the Ottomans were defeated, and Britain took control of Palestine. Jewish migration increased, and although Jews were still a minority, they were well organized and well funded. The Haganah, a Jewish paramilitary group, protected settlements. In the 1930s, migration surged again due to Nazi persecution. As the Jewish population grew, Palestinians revolted, leading the British to propose partition, a Jewish state and an Arab state, but Arabs rejected it. Britain, exhausted, handed the issue to the United Nations. The UN proposed 55% of Palestine for a Jewish state, with 500,000 Jews and 400,000 Arabs, and 44% for an Arab state, with 10,000 Jews. Jerusalem would be an international city, Palestinians rejected the plan, but Jews declared the State of Israel in 1948. Arab countries attacked immediately, but Israel, motivated and better organized, won the war, expanding to 77% of Palestine. In 1967, another war saw Israel capture the West Bank, Gaza, the Sinai Peninsula, and the Golan Heights. Although Israel later returned Sinai to Egypt, the status of Palestine remains unresolved. Israel controls the West Bank and blockades Gaza, while Palestinians seek statehood based on pre-1967 borders. Israel's law of return allows any Jew to become a citizen, complicating the issue further. This conflict, rooted in colonial actions, cannot be solved militarily. It requires political solutions and the hope that moderates can guide both sides toward coexistence. The question of Palestine requires politics, not weapons. Statehood is just the beginning. The real challenge lies in building friendship between the two states. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.